just, I think they got in at like 3, 4 a.m., something like that.
Yeah, I mean, we did that flight. We made that trip, so we know what it's like. But I mean, there's a professionalism that you have to have, and there's an approach that you need to have. And we're still, hunting for that consistency. They still have really good basketball players over there. They're a really well coached team. So we have to go out and take care of business like any other night, no matter who's playing. Like we've seen it this year where teams have rested guys and gone places, where they thought they shouldn't have won and won. So, our approach can't change.
I assume we're going to see a much faster Dallas team tonight. Where's the mindset in terms of transition defense? Where does that need to get better?
I mean, it's our priority, right? And that's how we set our half court defense. So, we all need to do the job of getting back and getting matched, against teams that do want to play faster, so we can slow the game down, and play where we're comfortable and keep them out of their comfort zone.
Chris Fedor, Cleveland.com. Hey, JB.
What's up, Chris?
Lamar tonight?
Guess what? What? Was he questionable?
Doubtful.
He's doubtful? Oh, well, he's doubtful.
Thank you. Appreciate that. And then Darius talked last night about how a couple of, everybody, in his words, gave him a message of be aggressive. You're one of the best point guards in the NBA. Play like it. I'm assuming you were also one of those people that gave him that message. Why is the aggressive message so important for him?
Because it makes defensive have to make tough decisions. When he is, in more survey mode, people get an opportunity to shrink and just focus on him. When he's attacking and going downhill, now people have to make a decision and they have to react at speed. And we know his basketball instincts are elite, whether it's shot making, shot creation, or his ability to find his teammates. So, the more aggressive he is, the more attack minded he is, the more defenses have to adjust, and they have to adjust on the fly and have to keep up with his instincts. And because he is so talented, that's difficult for defenses to do.
Is there a reason why it can be difficult for him to stay consistently aggressive?
Yeah, because he wants to do the right thing for all of his teammates. And, when you get in that mode, you automatically pause, right? Because now, again, you're looking to see where the defense is. You're looking to see where your teammates are. And he's just so unselfish that he just wants to make the right play by his teammates all the time. But, he's capable of doing both because he is capable of making plays at speed. And the defense doesn't have to be set for him to make those reads. So, you do get hesitant when you get a little bit, too unselfish. But again, he's capable of doing both.
And Danny Cunningham, ESPN Cleveland. JB, is it more of a challenge going from playing against a team that has a slower pace like Dallas to playing against a team with a faster pace like Indiana, or vice versa, like last night to tonight?
I mean, the slower paced team, because that's where we're more comfortable. And that's where we spend most of our time, is an easier adjustment for us. Going from playing teams, that are slower paced to a team that plays as fast as Indiana does, for example. It's a little more difficult just because it's outside of your comfort zone. We are extremely comfortable playing at our tempo and playing at slower paces. So, making that adjustment. And I thought, last night it took us a little bit of time, but I thought we did a better job in the fourth quarter for sure.
Chris.
The schedule obviously is a grind, and every team approaches it a different way when it comes to injury management, soreness, rest, especially on the second game of a back-to-back. What are your general thoughts on that?
We kind of take it game by game and see where guys are. It's going to happen where you get bumps and bruises. What our objective is not to allow one of those things to become something where now you have to miss 2 weeks. So that's kind of how we monitor things. Like, if it's the typical soreness, we move through those, and, we want our guys to play games. It's one of those things where we feel it's an advantage. If your guys have that mental toughness and want to play every game, but then, we always want to take care of our guys. So if it's an injury that a guy is going through and playing through, we want to be smart about it and, give them some days to rest instead of, it getting to a point where it flares up so bad. Now he's out 2-3 weeks. So I think that's where we're really conscious of.
Do you feel like it's becoming a problem in the NBA?
I don't coach other people's teams or run other people's organizations. we like our guys to play. We try to breed that and instill that in our guys that, if you're capable of playing, you play. But that's not for me to speak on everybody else's team.
Why? Yeah. Back in the day when your dad was coaching, we're training when I was 48.5 minutes a game.
Right.
Guys played 82 games. What happened to that?
It's funny because you hear the conversations. I think Pop brought up a pretty valid point where, career spans back then were like 10, 11 years was a long time. But now guys are expanding, got guys playing 20 years. And I think, it's the balance of, again, who you are, as a fan and watching, like, do you get to watch a guy for 5 more years or, maybe 20 more games? But I think that's kind of what it is you see guys trying to stretch their careers longer. And I think that's where the difference is. Like, again, we like our guys to play. Like we grew up kind of in that old school era, where you didn't miss games if you didn't have to. But it seems like the more science we get, the more intelligent people come around, the more games guys miss.
I won't ask you whether or not LeVar will play, since you already told us he's doubtful, but is it something that happened last night, or is it just it's been like an ongoing issue for him, or is it just what's going on?
It was something that just flared up during the game last night, and he mentioned it to our training staff during the game last night. So again, it's something that we always, take their best interest at heart and figure it out from there.
I know Evan's not listed on the injury report tonight, but he did bump knees last night. Is he doing better? Is it just something worth monitoring, or is it just not a big deal?
It's just one of those things like where you knock knees, and it's nothing structural or anything like that. And it's just a matter of, can you play through it or play with it? He was able to go back in the game last night and play with it. And again, he's not on the injury report, so he seems like he's doing good.
Tim Elkhorn, Cavs Audioverse. JB Rick Carlisle last night, I thought he had an interesting post-game quote when he said Donovan did things that just took his breath away. As much as you're immersed in coaching in the moment, and now you've coached him every night, do you still have a wow moment or times where you go, man, that took my breath away?
Yeah, you're coaching, but you have such a high level of respect and appreciation for the guys on the floor and what they're capable of. And, you get kind of numb to things because you see so much all the time. But then you see guys do things, and even in the moment, you are wowed. And you watch, guys be able to take over games or make certain plays or whatever it is. And it does take your breath away. Like, this is a beautiful game, and we got, tons of talented guys out there that can do things that, we haven't seen before and are taking the game to a new level. So it is fun to watch, and you have such an appreciation for the game. Like, you enjoy it, and when you see something new or, see something explosive or, elite, you do kind of sit back and take pause. And you have your inner monologue, going on during the game. But yeah, Donovan has definitely showed us quite a few of those things.
Anything else in the room? Rafa Hernandez, Los Cavs en Español. Just changing gears a little bit, Coach, before you go back to basketball. Who do you have tomorrow?
We're going to Argentina tomorrow.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.